Hello, everyone. My name is Melissa Forziat, and it's time for another message from Melissa. And this month, I wanted to talk about the idea of setting boundaries to preserve your work or life balance. And this is something that I think is very individual to every person, because what types of behaviors are interfering with how you want to operate, that's something that you can help shape for the people around you, the people emailing you, the people working with you, the people on your team. So a question that I have for myself is, what are those moments when somebody does something and I feel like, oh, that's stepping across the line, or that's violating something, or I wish they didn't do it at that time or in that way. If there are ever moments like that, what that's really signaling is, what is it that I need? The other person couldn't possibly know what my boundaries are unless I've defined them for myself and am able to shape that behavior. So for me, it's about really noticing those moments when it's like, oh, I wish that person wouldn't have emailed me with absolutely no notice and a quick deadline. Or I wish they wouldn't have emailed me expecting a response on a weekend or something like that. Or, there may be little things like that that I notice are bothering me. And then it's important to check in on that, is this a pattern? Is this something about this person's request, or is it something that I want to be a general practice? When I think about what those things look like, I can then put that behavior into motion, or I can get into habits myself that may reflect back for them. So for example, if somebody emails me on a weekend, that's fine, but I might not respond back on the weekend if I'm not interested in getting that habit going. So those are things that you can think about up front. And the first step is really noticing, what are those things that feel like they're stepping across the line for me? How can I articulate that with myself? And then what can I do not to feed that behavior in the future? I'm really curious to know how you do this, because there, with all the people that you work with or that you talk to, with all the relationships in your life, chances are there are people who are doing things in a way that isn't quite what you would prefer. And when that happens, how do you handle it? How do you observe what it is you're looking for? And how do you start making those changes? Are there any specific techniques you used that have worked for you in the past in preserving the relationship while setting the boundary? I'd love to hear about that. So that's something to think about this month, hopefully get us all in a practice of having more of the work-life balance that we want to have by setting some of those ground rules. Good luck with it all, and I'll talk to you again next month.